70 years. It's the latest cover story
Oh,
of Bloomberg Business Week magazine.
I gotta buy that.
Wrigley reports.
The Ricketts family bought the Cubs in 2009. Tom Ricketts, who runs the team day to day, one of the four siblings, is a baseball fan. He met his wife in the bleachers at Wrigley, was a bleacher bum for a long time. His father, Joe Ricketts, made the family fortune with TD Ameritrade. And he basically convinced his dad to buy the team. And now they're trying to sort of run it in the way that a lot of these other mega franchises run themselves. They set out to model the Red Sox. They said, how come the Red Sox make more money than we do when the Red Sox situation looks a lot like ours? And then they realized, well, they have more sponsorship in their ballpark. They have a better media deal. They get more money from premium seating. And they basically set out to do all of these things.
Right.
And prior to that, they couldn't for a couple of reasons. One, the Tribune, which is who owned the Cubs, the Tribune company owned the Cubs before the Ricketts family. And they really ran the Cubs as a piece of programming. So for them, it was about 600 hours that they could put on WGN Superstation. They could put it on their radio affiliates. They could give their Tribune reporters access to the team. And it was just a way to sort of provide content. And so they didn't really pay attention to everything else about a baseball team that you might, and that most teams do. So when the Ricketts bought and they started hiring all these new executives, each one of them has a story about when they showed up. It was a museum. You know, the group ticket sales were done on carbon paper in triplicate. Season ticket renewals were done by fax. This is in 2010. So they would track how they were doing on season ticket renewals by how many times they had refilled the fax machine paper tray. There was no way to track stuff on a centralized database about who their customers were and who their partners were for sponsorship sales, all of that. So it was really quite backwards because at the Tribune it was just kind of like, as long as this team's on the field, not losing money, making some ratings, we're good to go. And before that, when the Wrigley family had it, it was really, as long as the sun is shining and the beer is cold, we can fill this up and that's fine. That's all we really care about. So this is the first time in maybe 70 years that somebody has said, let's try to win. Let's run this like a competitive baseball team. Let's try to maximize our revenue and then dump that money into payroll and win a World Series. It's not actually rocket science. The Red Sox have done it. The Cardinals have done it. The Giants have done it. But they said, let's do it too. They spent about 3 or 4 years in a demolition job. They cut everything back because they had an old team and a bad farm system. And so the new general manager, Theo Epstein, who they brought from the Red Sox, said, we have to build this from the bottom. And this really is the year now where they have started to say, we can compete again. And now they are turning that corner. They spent $155 million on a pitcher in the offseason, John Lester, who also used to be on the Red Sox. So this is a big season for them and their fans to say, maybe we're not going to win the World Series now, but we're finally in a position where it's a possibility.
Read Ira Boudway's story on the comeback of the Chicago Cubs. It's in the latest edition of Bloomberg Business Week magazine, or just go to Bloomberg.com.